The Spherical Chain Chomp is back because we're going to be hitting some spherical pinballs in today's game, Rollerball for your NES. Let's go ahead and take Rollerball. Let's pop it in my NES and see how it holds up today. Let's go to the game. Rollerball was published by HAL and according to MobyGames.com was released here in the States in February of 1990. It is loosely based on the 1984 MSX game of the same name, also made by HAL. HAL was no stranger to Nintendo pinball games, previously developing the original pinball for the NES and releasing Revenge of the Gator, which I just reviewed in my previous episode, for the Game Boy around the same time, and later on they developed Kirby's Pinball also for the Game Boy. The back of the box says the following: Rollerball, the action-packed pinball game with the distinctly American touch. New from HAL America, Rollerball brings you two new games in one. Skyscraper is a fast-paced, realistic pinball game on 4 vertically scrolling screens for 1 to 4 players. Match Play is a one-on-one game for 2 players that will test any pinball wizard, a brand new type of game for the kids, a familiar old friend to dads and moms. Finally, a game dad can play and win, and Rollerball won't tilt. Rollerball is a pinball game with 1 standard mode of difficulty for 1 to 4 players, alternating in the standard Skyscraper game or 2 players versus in the Match Play. For the controls, A or B operates the right flippers, and the D-pad operates the left flippers. With start to pause, there is no nudging. The main table is 4 screens high. For reference, I will give each screen a letter name, starting with A for the topmost screen, B and C for the center screens, and D for the bottommost screen. You launch the ball into screen B. Spelling HAL on the upper right gives you bonus points. There are 2 hole savers on the right that will send you back up. On the left, there are 2 other holes. The lower hole launches you. The upper hole will lock your ball on the top screen the first time, or launch your ball unless multi-ball is active and the gate is open on screen A, in which case it will send the ball up to screen A. I'll talk more about multi-ball later. Going over the bridge activates the slot machine. Some notable matches include getting all cherries to activate all helpful bonuses like ball savers, 3 bells to increase the multiplier, and 3 dreaded eggplants that remove all helpful bonuses. Going under the bridge will send you to screen A, where you can really earn some points. Here, clearing the 4 targets on the left activates a ball saver that can take multiple hits before disappearing. Hitting all 4 targets on the right opens up the gate that can lock your ball if it's not locked already, or relaunch your ball if the ball is locked or multi-ball is active. In the middle are letters spelling out the words Sky High that will highlight 1 letter at a time in apparent random order. If you are able to light up all the letters and then hit the top center hole, you will turn the letters into large targets, and if a ball is locked, it will also activate the multi-ball. If you are able to destroy all the targets with multiple hits each and re-enter the top hole, you will either earn an extra ball, or if you've already earned the extra ball, you will advance the multiplier. So let's talk about the multi-ball. This is limited to 2 balls, and if one leaves the screen, either above or below, that ball will be saved in a predetermined location on that screen until you reach it, allowing you to continue to use 1 ball on the screen you're on. The part of the screen where the ball is saved is always in the same spot, so it doesn't matter how the ball enters that screen. Multi-ball ends when one of the balls drain on screen D. Now let's talk about screen C. Here you can press A or B to rotate letters, and rolling over a lit letter can give you bonus points displayed on the right side. You can increase the value by knocking down all 3 targets by the blinking green light. On the left side is a hole that will launch your ball in the direction the arrow is pointing. The arrow will alternate directions unless 3 cherries make it point continuously up. Screen D makes me nervous. There is a button on the left that can make the target on the upper left temporarily flash. If you roll over it while it's flashing, you can get the bonus displayed on the left middle. This bonus can include more points, increase the bumper value, activate a ball saver on the left, or make a hole on the upper right an exit hole to the plunger instead of just kicking the ball back out like it typically does. The bonus can change when you go through the spinner. In the middle are ABC rollovers that you can change with the A or B buttons. Highlighting ABC activates the left saver. Hitting the 3 targets on the right activates the center saver post. Lose your ball here and your multiplier will be added up and reset. Your game ends when you lose all of your balls on screen D. If your score reaches 1,000,000 points, you can see the game credits on the high score screen if you wait long enough. There's also a 2-player match play, where each player controls flippers on one side, trying to hit the targets on their opponent's side to take away points from them. When you set up the game, you can choose how many points the players start with, but you can also set up different points for each side by pressing right on the D-pad and A to first select points for player 1 and then A to confirm points for player 2. Hitting one of the 2 side buttons spins the window in the middle, and hitting the top buttons with the right button affecting the left person and vice versa activates the highlighted effect. This can include cutting a score in half, making the ball heavier, and even temporarily removing a flipper. Getting all 4 targets in the middle to turn blue will actually switch to 2 players' scores. You lose 100 points if your ball gets by you, but if you have a ball in your ball saver, it will save you 100 points when you lose a ball. When one player loses all their points, the other person gets a medal. The first player to earn 10 medals wins. And by the way, apparently, rather than having an elephant and donkey like we have here in the American version, the original Japanese version is said to have an elephant and giraffe. It seemed that the changes were made for us Americans so we could enjoy the political battle of the mascots of the Republican and Democratic parties. Graphically speaking, I thought the game looked above average, and I liked how the characters in match play can react to the score. Sound-wise, the game has some solid sound effects and also some enjoyable music. Family-friendly wise, the game will most likely receive an E for Everyone rating if released today. Currently at PriceCharting.com, the game has a value of $9 loose, $33 complete, and $132 new. So what did I think of Rollerball for the NES? If you're a fan of 8-bit video pinball games, you should really check this one out. I enjoyed the table length, and I thought that getting the bonuses on the top screen presented a fair and fun challenge. I also thought that the controls worked well and the presentation was above average. The only thing I would have liked added was some bonus rooms, like in Revenge of the Gator, another HAL pinball game that was released around the same time. But nonetheless, this is a very enjoyable game of video pinball that I could easily see myself playing more in the future. So where am I going to rank Rollerball for the NES? It's going to compete with another fun pinball game, Pinbot, for the 21st position. And honestly, both games are really close. But I actually found myself drawn to Rollerball just a little bit more. So out of the 64 games that are now ranked for the NES, Rollerball is rolling into the 21 position. Rollerball is one of the better pinball games on the NES. But that's just what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Also, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on the Twitter, join the Discord, and support the show at patreon.com/NoSwearGamer. And click the bell so you don't miss any future videos. Thank you for giving me a little part of your day, and I look forward to seeing you next time on the next episode of the No Swear Gamer. Take care, especially when climbing a skyscraper with a pinball.